of the S&S structure. They consist of the bottom stand, which has the bottom slide attached to it. It's the central portion of the entire structure. The top slide, which carries the loaded conveyor belting. The top slide also has the ability to have various dropping angles. The one indicated here is 27 degrees. This offers an advantage over the existing structures of this type: more capacity, less spillage, and better tracking. It also is equipped with a sliding surface of lower friction than the typical stainless steel available at this time. The last two components consist of the rails, which are the running surface for the dolly of the continuous haulage unit. One rail on each side. This is the unit that the dolly actually tracks on. It attaches a bottom slide and a top slide to an adjoining bottom slide and top slide. There are no threaded parts required to attach the units. The inside diameter of the rail matches that of the rods extending from the bottom slide. The rods extending left and right are what the rails are fitted over. The rods also help to align the rails. The S&S structure has the ability of quick assembly and very straight alignment. Also, due to the nature of the rails being installed, there are 4 running tops randomly placed on to the rods. It distributes the wearing surface availability over the entire life of the haulage system rather than one surface wearing continuously. As you can see here, the top slide has been designed that there is no wrong way to get it in. It can be installed 180 degrees, either way will suffice. Notice that there is a much larger wearing surface on the rail, 3/4 inch wearing surface to be exact. If a wearing surface of a top slide should decrease and need replaced, it is a relatively simple matter to replace only the piece of plastic that has worn. For instance, if the right side of this top slide were to be required to be replaced, all you would simply do is remove the 2 screws, put a new piece of plastic in, and be right back in service. This can be done right at the mine level. It can be done underground or in the shop. No welding or fabricating, cutting or burning is required with the S&S structure. Again, it can be done at the mine level. The ability to maintain the structure at the mine level offers the opportunity to use less of an inventory. Whereas if your structure should wear, you can have it serviced and replaced in a matter of minutes rather than sending out to a fabricating shop and have the stainless steel replaced. The plastic can be cut with ordinary woodworking tools and drilled with ordinary woodworking tools. The plastic has a Mine Safety and Health Administration number. It meets the required flame retardant test for conveyor systems. This is a view of a typical top slide installed in a typical bottom stand. After the top slide has been installed, a hairpin, cotter pin, or simply an 8-penny nail can be installed through the hole in the aligning pin to hold the top slide in place. This hairpin, cotter pin, or nail is the only item required. No threaded bolts, no threaded nuts. Very fast, simple, and inexpensive to install. This scene depicts the rail being installed attached to the bottom slide. tabs, which are welded to the bottom slide, force the rail to be self-aligning. They also, as said earlier, create the necessity or the ability for the rail to be installed in 4 different positions to the proper position. The system shown here has a total installed height of approximately 10 1/2 inches. Obviously, ideal for low coal seam operation. It has an installed running height, top of rail for the dolly, of less than 5 inches. Once again, ideal for low coal seam operation, but no means limited to low coal seams. Here are 2 sections of S&X slide structure installed. Once again, consisting of the bottom stand, top slide, and rails. The present center-to-center spacing for the bottom stands in the S&S slide structure is approximately 63 inches. Different spacings may be developed as required. In addition to manufacturing and fabricating S&S slide or belt structure, S&S Slides also manufactures and supplies replacement top slides for other types of continuous haulage structure. The top slides employ the same S&S material, 3/4 inch wearing surface, replaceable at the mine level, MSHA approved, much lighter to use than stainless steel, much easier to maintain at the mine level, longer wearing surface, less friction than stainless steel, requiring less horsepower. S&S Slides was developed by a professional mining engineer, a fabricator, and a mine production person. Collectively, they have over 50 years experience in the mining industry. Following, you will see an actual belt up using S&X structure in an active underground coal mine, 36-inch coal seam.